wanted to get right into things this morning by talking a little bit about our life challenges and the parts of our lives and the experiences in our lives that have weighed on us heavily, and as I've come to recognize after this week, have really created a sense of separation with Source, with our Creator, with God, whatever you call God. And I wanted to say that, I had the opportunity to see this week, to meet with a teacher that, like a spiritual teacher, who pointed to me what is my sense of separation from Source and how to re-access it. And then life basically served up a bomb to force me to deal with pain in and around the heart. So in asking to be capable or able to love more freely, to be truly in the flow of love and as I am, and to lose all perception of separation from the divine, life served up a little doozy on Friday. So in recognizing now, after I've gone through the process of really letting that deep sadness, deep grief release, I'm recognizing more and more that many of us have been on this path of service for quite some time. Each of us have had a different sort of theme that's run through it. For many, for those that have had an illness or chronic situation, a health situation, perhaps the separation from our community or tribe, or recognizing that maybe our community is no longer going along the same course or path we are, and we oftentimes have to create a new community around ourselves. Sometimes we feel better loved and supported. And so in honor of this life process, and for many of us, the length and duration that has taken to get to a place of letting go all of the life that's weighed on us and working through our suppressions or any of the experiences, especially that happened to us when we were young. This morning's meditation is in honor of you, in honor of your process, and all of the courage and perseverance that you have shown to yourself, to life, to our global community. I honor you, and I dedicate this to you. And I'm going to ask that we start again this morning by closing our eyes and feeling deeply in our heart the immense gratitude for our courage and our perseverance and our ability to be authentic. So I'm asking you to close your eyes now. Take 5 very cleansing, slow breaths in and out of your nose, and allow yourself to be filled up with compassion, as compassion will be the theme of this morning's sacred meditation. And with this deep cleansing breath, or breaths, I'd ask you now to feel yourself firmly planted on whether it's your cushion, the floor, your bed. I'd like for you now to connect deeply with the earth and feel the loving support of the energy of the earth coming up in through the ground into your heart, taking away all of the heaviness and all of the heavy energies we've been carrying. Allow now the earth to take this from you and connect deeply, taking 5 connecting, cleansing breaths into the earth's core and drawing up the earth's energy into us. in the spirit of the way I start my meditation, I'd like for you now to imagine that the walls, the floor, the building underneath you, that everything begins to disappear, and you feel yourself now firmly planted on the earth's surface. And I'd like for you, in the same spirit, to imagine that the streets, the pavement, the buildings in your neighborhood, the street lights, the asphalt, everything now disappears, and you are sitting firmly on the earth's surface, surrounded by the earth's magnificent beauty and all of the nature that surrounds you each day in your gardens and in your community. And I'd like for you to breathe into the nature and their natural surroundings and allow yourself to feel the loving support that it offers you in every moment. And as often when I set the intention on and create sacred space, I ask the earth to take all of the heavy energies from us and allow the earth to just receive our heavy energy so that we no longer have to carry it around. And I ask you now to give the earth permission and set the intention to let go any and all heaviness that you can at this time. And if a life experience is coming up, or a particular hardship you're carrying right now, or something that's just been weighing on your mind, ask the earth to take it from you now. Take the heaviness of the energy so that you feel the lightness coming up through you as you release this energy. And if your mind is racing, I'd like for you to give your mind permission to take a break. Just allow some cleansing breaths now as you continue to breathe deeply into the earth. Allow the cleansing of your breath to bring ease not only to your mind but to your whole being. And allow whatever tension that's coming up or rising in your body to show itself, and if you need, breathe into it deeply and give it some compassion. Allow yourself to feel deeply whatever is presenting. Feel it through your heart, or feel it through whatever part of your body you're experiencing the tension or discomfort. And I'd like for you to, with your eyes continue being closed, to breathe very, very gently and very, very compassionately the beautiful, radiant light that I've been sending to you since early this morning. I'd like for you to feel compassion radiating through your body and to breathe in the energy of compassion now throughout your entire body and being. Taking 10 to 15 very slow, light, compassionate breaths. And while you're taking these breaths, I'm going to ask you now to connect with the spirit of compassion. And I'm going to ask that you welcome the spirit of compassion into your heart as compassion is the energy that helps us understand suffering. So by inviting this beautiful energy into our hearts, we are welcoming our own authentic self to show us what is getting in the way of this opportunity to be totally free to love, to be free to let go of all of the life experiences that we've suppressed or that have weighed on us or are weighing on us. I ask you now to welcome this beautiful, compassionate energy into your heart to serve you, to guide you, and to love you, and to love all of the hurts in the cells. So breathing in with your eyes closed, I'd like for you to welcome compassion in and feel its energy now coming out, not only receiving it and feeling it fully in your heart, but also radiating from your heart throughout each and every one of your billions of cells and throughout your whole being. And without trying, I ask you to welcome its guidance. Without straining for intuitive guidance, I ask you to lean back in your third eye or into your heart or up in your crown chakra or your eighth chakra. However you feel you best access your internal guidance and allow it to show you what you need to see now. I also ask you, in the quiet and stillness of this meditation service, to recognize that all of our life experiences have served us up until now, and that everything has happened in accordance to our own spiritual evolution, and that sometimes even when we don't want to have life serve up some uncomfortable or very challenging situation, that it is exactly compassion and grace that gives us the ability to persevere and to move through. And in the spirit of this meditation, I'm filling you with the energy of endurance and perseverance, and flowing into your hearts the clarity to see what steps you need to take in order to move through whatever situation is presenting, and to also encourage you to recognize that any of the dramas that are presenting as well are oftentimes distractions, and they're distracting us from feeling deeply within our heart whatever we've suppressed. And by doing meditation regularly, especially a healing meditation, we're giving ourselves the time and our undivided attention to feel the feelings that we must feel. This human experience is a feeling experience. And as we find our way through these suppressions by feeling them, we find a freer, truer, loving self, our soul self. So I ask you now to breathe deeply and to deeply appreciate how beautiful it is to feel, and how we can at this time make it our clearest intention to let any and all suppressions we need to face, to feel, to work through or feel through really, that we give it our attention and we lean into it and celebrate this human experience. And as I always recommend, we invite Royal Hummingbird in now to teach us to drink deeply the nectar of this life, even when the contrast is great and the road and journey seems long and difficult. And now, in the spirit of a traditional color therapy, I want to ask you now to continue closing your eyes, but I'd like for you now to place your focus and attention on your root chakra at your perineum. And I'd like for you to imagine with your eyes closed the most radiant red energy, light color emanating into your perineum, into the root chakra now. And infused in that beautiful radiant red light is compassion, the energy and exquisite beauty of compassion that is not only releasing any and all of our hurts or suppressions surrounding our family, our heritage, our tribe, our community, our ancestry. I ask you now to welcome this beautiful red light in and allow it to release anything that is ready to go now, and to give you the clarity you need to see whatever it is meant to teach or show you. So taking in 10 very beautiful cleansing breaths, breathe into the red, beautiful healing light in your first chakra. And in the spirit of looking deeply into this beautiful sacred center that's seated firmly on the earth's surface, I would like for you also to now place your hand there, giving it just a little extra love and support. As much of what we bring in our life comes from our heritage and the traditions that we were born into. And oftentimes there's a heaviness that comes with that. So I'd like for you to place your hand there and just send it a little extra love. And then I'd like for you now, when you're ready, to move now up to the second chakra, just a couple of inches below the belly button, and place your hand there again. And imagine now the most beautiful, radiant orange light, infused and filled with compassion and grace. Allow it to show you whatever suppressions you're holding, any hurts, any wounds, especially as the second chakra tends to be an area where we hold energies, oftentimes that come forth from the heart when the heart is overloaded with suppressions. So in recognizing and honoring the second chakra, the center for our creativity, our sexuality, recognizing any type of hurts, traumas, for perhaps the loss of a child, or any kind of a difficult situation, specifically in that area, I ask you now to very compassionately allow this energy to fill up your second chakra, and place your hand there, lovingly holding yourself and honoring all of the life experiences that you've been through, and you've made it through. And ask for the guidance now and the wisdom to show you how it's served you and what you're meant to take forth from it. Allowing the earth also to take the heaviness of these energies from you now. So breathing in 10 beautifully cleansing breaths into the second chakra. And I'm going to move on now to the third chakra, the center of our control and any power. And it's really where we carry a tremendous amount of energy surrounding our thinking minds, our fears, our anger, resentment. It's really a center. It's why we see a lot of gut-related issues. It's also home to our gut, which we know is such an important part of our health and well-being. So infusing the third chakra, which is a couple inches above your navel, I'd like for you to breathe in and imagine the most exquisite yellow, healing light infused with compassion and grace, allowing it to fill up into every single one of your cells. It's healing, transformational, releasing, enlightening, and ever-wise energy. And allow yourself to let the earth, to let go of these suppressed energies, and allow the earth to now take them from you. Breathing ever deeply into this beautiful chakra, center of so much of our daily lives. And feel the lightness of this energy filling you up as I continue to work on you from here, filling you with the lightness of being that you truly are. And take a couple of extra breaths right now. Just exhalations of releasing and letting go. It takes 2 very deep, deep breaths, and let yourself release and let go of any any heaviness, anything that you're carrying right now. Just let it go. 2 deep cleansing inhalations. And now I'm going to move to the heart, the center of it all, the center of who we are, and home to the immense love that we are, and to our connection with our source. And I'm going to have you now, if you choose to place your hand on your heart, filling your heart with either beautiful, radiant fuchsia or gorgeous green light. I'd like you now to fill up your heart center and infusing it with the compassion and feeling our connection and the loving support that's coming from the energy of compassion, breathing it deeply into our hearts now, filling up this whole entire area with this beautiful loving light and energy. And I ask you now to let me and to let the earth help you release any heart heaviness that you're feeling right now, or that you know is there, or an experience that is particularly sensitive to you or has been challenging for a long period of time. I ask you now to let me take it, help you release it, and to give it back to the earth. And breathe in and out of this beautiful, exquisite light and energy. And call in your spiritual guides and teachers now to really help you to reinforce the releasing and healing of this heart wounding and any of the suppressions. So we know we hold disappointment in our heart, and when anytime there's any loss, separation, abandonment, loneliness, and especially the perception of being separated from Source, from our Creator, we carry it deeply in our hearts, and we feel the tension or the closed nature or barriers in and around our heart. And I'm encouraging you now to lean into any and all heart healing and let it go, recognizing that you've never been disconnected from Source, that it's not possible, but that it might perhaps be your greatest fear, and actually the greatest loss of all is the perception of this separation. So continuing to breathe in and out of the heart, I ask you now to welcome in your teachers and ask them to support you. And in doing this heart breathing into, I'd like for you also to recognize that oftentimes there's a source of separation up here in the 8th chakra, and we honor that chakra as well. As we breathe in and out of the heart, we are also, through the same intention, opening up and cleansing and clearing out any perception here, imagining beautiful radiant light coming in and out of the crown. And I'd now ask you to place your attention and move your attention up to your throat chakra, imagining a beautiful blue, sky blue, radiant light going in and out of your throat. As we know, our throat carries so much energy and so much of the words and feelings and expressions that we aren't able to share, communicate, oftentimes in the time of difficulty or hardship or difficulty. And it is this center where we hold so much. And as it's the chakra that's right next to the heart, we oftentimes find that when life begins to really hurt and we need to cry, it's often the tension in our throat that we feel because we haven't been allowed to feel our feelings or express our feelings in the way we needed to, especially when we were young. So breathing in and out this beautiful blue radiant light, I ask you now to cleanse and clear and allow us to release, help you release and take any of the energy that we can at this time, freeing it up for you to be freer also to communicate authentically and to let go of any hurts and pain, suffering in the throat. And quietly and gently glance inwardly and lean back into your third eye and see if there are any messages, insights, images that you're meant to receive at this time regarding any of this energy, especially in the throat chakra, that you're releasing now. As I always say, once we release these suppressed feelings and emotions, what remains is the wisdom, but we no longer carry the heaviness or weight of the suppressed energy that has weighed on us. So ask for the wisdom now and allow yourself to receive it at this time. And I also really encourage you to receive and to feel the connection of the energy of compassion in your throat. Because I know most of us race, and most of us have had experiences where we're so busy with life that we can't even process them. And so we hold them in our throats. We basically recoil back into resilience and sort of swallowing life when we really don't want to, but we don't have the time to process it or be with it or even understand why something has happened. So receive in the energy of compassion in your throat and recognize this beautiful gift that you're giving yourself of sitting and being authentic with this energy as it's releasing now. I'm going to have you move now up, if you feel ready, to your third eye, to your inner vision, and to the center of your, not only intuition, but a center that really connects us up with our soul selves. And really the area within ourselves that can oftentimes create the greatest source of connection with our Creator, in addition to our hearts, but that can oftentimes get muddled because we get so wrapped up in our story, the personality, the mind, the ego, that instead of being free to feel, to be authentic and to be in our spirit form, we get very wrapped up in the story of this life experience. And so I ask you now to breathe beautiful, radiant indigo light into this center and allow it to cleanse and clear. Feel the compassion running in and out of this area as it's a center of communication for the heart. And just feel the lightness of your breath going in and out of this center, allowing it to cleanse and clear and release. And if you can, while breathing in and out of the third eye chakra, then allow yourself to also breathe in deeply through the crown and feel the two converging, the energy and light, whether it's violet or white for you, into this indigo light. And allow yourself to feel the connection to the source and to your true self, your soul self. And as you're doing that, I'm now beginning to further infuse beautiful, compassionate, loving energy bath in and around, throughout, starting in your heart, throughout your whole self. And in filling you up with this beautiful, radiant energy light, I'm also asking the earth to take this heavy energy, or any suppressions we can, this morning, or any time you use this meditation as a tool for supporting your process and for helping you release any of the experiences of life that continue to weigh on you. And I'd like for you to imagine now that compassion is raining, literally raining down on you, coming down from the sky onto you. And I'd ask for you to receive it in, to even allow your head to tilt back and to feel this compassionate rain flowing down through your crown, through your third eye, through your throat and your heart, to your shoulders, to your adrenals, into your third chakra, your stomach, your liver, your intestines, your gut, your bowels, down into your second chakra and into your root chakra, flowing down into the earth. Receive this beautiful, radiant, compassionate, loving light and allow it to pour itself onto you now, further helping you release energy and suppressions this morning. I thank you again. I've now closed up this session. I thank you again for joining me, and I encourage you to use this meditation as often as you need, and check out my blog for some updates. I have a new blog that's I'm probably going to write today that will help us further look at releasing the attachment to our story and allowing our hearts now to come fully, freely forward so that we can be in service in the way each of us are meant to be and to be the gift to life that we are. So I wish you a beautiful Sunday and a great week. Thank you again for joining me, and see you again next week. Bye.